Hi, I'm Uncle Mike with Old Guy Golf Reviews. Please join me for a tour of the La Cañada course at the El Conquistador Country Club in beautiful Oro Valley, Arizona, where you have a great golf course and world-class views. Hole 1. A lot of people like to go for this green off the tee, up the left side. I prefer to go up the middle towards a 100-yard marker with the 4 or 5 hybrid. As you can see, I did not get that very well, and I know what you're thinking. That's what she said. But from the fairway, you get a nice look at this green where you can have a possible birdie shot or a tap in par. Hole 2 is a downhill par 3. On the back of this hole is a steep hill. It's better to be short than long. Or you can just miss and hit in the middle. Hole 3 is a 370-yard par 4 uphill. I hit driver here. I probably shouldn't have. I got a little too much of it and it left me on a steep incline, which actually cost me a couple shots. The better play is to leave yourself with about 100 to 125 yards up to this tricky green. Hole 4 is a fun hole. It has an elevated tee box. If you lay up, you bring a tree that's in the middle of the fairway into play. Best thing to do is just take a driver and roll the dice and see what happens. This time it worked out for me. It left me about a 20-yard chip to a front pin. I'm going to try to hit a bump and run into the front of the fringe and hopefully leave me an easy putt. We have an easy tap in birdie here, but just because it looks easy does not mean you do not read the green and read the putt. Boys and girls, when you're playing golf, always remember you have to have a plan. This is not like a marriage. Have a plan going into every shot. And that's a 3. Hole 5 is a sharp dogleg right par 4 that is reachable with driver. I prefer to aim for the right side of the bunker with about 170, 180 yard shot. That will leave you about 120 yards into the green. Hole 5 is a sharp dogleg right par 5. The fairway does slant from left to right. The miss is more towards the left side. I'm laying up here with an 8 iron, hopefully to give me 100 yards out. I got a kick off the hill, kicked forward, and I ended up with about 89 yards from this point. The green does slope from left to right, so you want to be left of the pin, especially when it's on the right side. Looks like we have another easy birdie putt. That was a good stroke. I don't think I deserve that. Hole 7 is a beautiful tee shot. On this fairway, everything slopes from right to left. Anything down the right side or middle will end up on the left side of the fairway. This approach shot, the miss is to the right, everything will kick to the left. As you can see, we have another easy birdie putt. Okay, I deserved that one. Hole 8 is a tough par 3. It's uphill. 90% of the time the wind is into you. Best thing to do is just aim for the middle and say a little prayer. And my prayers were not answered. The good thing is I hit, went into the red stake hazard, couldn't find my ball, was able to drop, chip up, ended up walking away with the 5. Hole 9 is a gorgeous golf hole. It's probably the only hole on the property where the black tees are easier to play than the blue tees. At least at the black tees you can see your target. The blue tees, you're just kind of taking a guess. And that's going to work out perfect. This hole is reachable too. I was trying to hit a cut. Unfortunately, it just did not cut enough. We had another easy birdie putt on this hole. The good thing is I walked away with the birdie. Sometimes you just have to give yourself a gimme. Hole 10, par 4. We have hazard along the right side of the fairway and trees to the left. Best shot is just to try to get one down the middle. On this hole, I had a father and son playing in front of me. I decided to skip it. When the pin is on the right side of this green, it's almost better to hit to the left side and two putt across the green. It has a steep hill on the back side of it. Up the right side is out of bounds. This fairway slopes from right to left. Anything down the middle or a draw will end up on the left side in the desert area, but the good thing is you can usually play it. My ball was left of the cart path under this mesquite tree. Good thing is I was able to get a wedge on it and put it on the green. I have a love-hate relationship with hole number 12. It has a tree on the right center of the fairway. It's better to aim for the left side and get around it. Just don't aim that far left. And there's a tree I was talking about. I'm just going to try to get it over the tree, maybe give myself an easy up and down. And that's not an easy up and down. Hole 13 is pretty straightforward. You just want to make sure you're pin high, whether it's in the front or back, to give yourself an easy putt. Hole 14 is where you start heading back up the hill. Anything past the 100-yard marker starts to get steep. This green is protected by a bunker on the right and left side, and the green slopes from front to back. So take that into account when you're hitting this shot. Hole 15, for some reason, is one of my favorite holes. Again, you're going back uphill. Anything past the 100-yard marker gets really steep. I like to use a 100-yard marker as my target to give me somewhat of a flatter lie. Don't ask me how I hit that shot. It was a miss. The main part about this shot is to make sure you're on the green. Anything short of the green will roll back down past you. And you can see how steep this hill is. Hole 16 is a fun par 5. To hit driver here, you got to go over the tree on the left side and carry about 20 feet of sand wash. I usually don't have that much power, so I just like to go straight ahead towards the tree at the corner of that building and use the slope of the fairway to help my ball roll down the hill. I had a little headwind. I probably should have went with the 4 hybrid, but this isn't a bad leave. I left myself about 94-yard shot to the pin. Just an easy 60-degree wedge. Well, it's not my best shot, but it's good enough for the girls I date. Hole 17 is probably my favorite tee shot on the entire course. It looks like it's a wide fairway, but it slopes from right to left. You want to favor the right side of the fairway because anything down the middle or left side could end up in the trees. Unfortunately, I did not have enough spin on this shot to hold that position, and I rolled about 12 feet past the pin. but I'll take it. Hole 18 looks like a narrow fairway, but it's wider than it looks. You have hills on the right and left that slope down to the middle. I hit the side of the hill. The ball kicked down to the fairway. Unfortunately, it just cost me a few yards. I at least have a shot from the fairway to this green. Well, that sucked. I at least have a shot from the rough to the green. Well, that was a little better. I can at least get a putter on it. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the La Cañada Golf Course. Thank you for watching. If you're able to make it out to the El Conquistador Golf Course, make sure to tell them the old guy sent you.